This is a betta. They like small spaces like cups, bowls, or other small amounts of water. They also don't play nice with others, right? Not quite. In fact, they can live with other creatures and be happy in larger amounts of water. They should at least live in 5 gallons, and more than that is great. We're going to set up an ecosystem for a betta that includes plants, rocks, and other tank mates. First, we need our equipment, which should include a heater, since bettas need warm water, and also some plants and hardscape like rocks and driftwood. This will give them some structures to hide in and swim around. Our first step is adding substrate. We added aquatic compost and crushed root tabs, which will provide food for our plants. Then, we added some sand to lock nutrients in and sloped everything to the back to show some perspective. We glued the hardscape together using cyanoacrylate superglue and tissue so the wood wouldn't float. The next step was planting. Once the hardscape was done, we glued some epiphytes such as Java fern and Anubias to the hardscape since they shouldn't be planted in sand. Then we filled the tank and added the rest of the stem plants. These included Hygrophila polysperma and Pogostemon stellatus. Some snails were added to the mix, and you can see some microorganisms start to colonize the tank. The tank was allowed to season for some time, which allowed plants to take root and the beneficial bacteria to develop. The fish were then added after a few weeks. The species included albino corydora, our betta fish Gilbert, and 4 pumpkin shrimp. Some folks think betta fish need to be alone in an aquarium, but they can coexist with fish of other species. The short-tailed varieties like Gilbert are also less prone to fin nipping by other fish. We won't have to worry about that with corydoras and shrimp. This is my first betta fish, and Gilbert has a lot of personality. He always looks a bit grumpy, but I'm pretty sure he's happy. When Gilbert was introduced to the tank, he explored and pestered his tank mates before settling in. The corydoras and shrimp are peaceful and won't bother him. The betta could eat young shrimp, however, after a few weeks we did spot some shrimplets, so they might still be able to grow in numbers. 120 days after the tank was started, we had a healthy ecosystem in the tank. Every now and then, the fish would get a special treat of baby brine shrimp. Brine shrimp are a great protein source for betta fish and corydoras. These fish are used to high-protein foods such as insect larvae and other aquatic organisms. The brine shrimp jerk around in the water and give the fish something interesting to chase and hunt for. Other foods these fish are fed include algae wafers, flakes, and sinking food from an auto feeder. I use an auto feeder because I can't feed the fish during weekends and I want them to still receive enough food. Since this tank has been up and running, Gilbert's grown and his colors have deepened. The shrimp numbers have increased and the corydoras look healthy and happy as they cruise around the tank looking for food. Corydoras are one of the smallest catfish. They have little barbels on their mouths which they use to search through the sand for things to eat. Corydoras and bettas are capable of breathing air, so sometimes they go up to the surface of the water to take in a gulp. This helps them survive in low oxygen environments. They will do this even though the water in this tank is highly oxygenated due to the hang-on back filter spilling water into the tank.
Get off my lawn.
The shrimp and snails in the tank keep the aquarium clean by eating uneaten food, and they also eat some kinds of algae that grow in the aquarium. They also add a nice splash of color to the tank. As far as maintenance is concerned, the students help change water every 1 to 2 weeks and also trim plants and remove floating plants and algae when needed. The tank also provides students with a calm place to come check out aquatic life and also to learn about fish keeping and appropriate conditions for fish like bettas and corydoras, as well as neocaridina shrimp and snails. As usual, thanks for tuning into this video and I hope you've enjoyed it.